Okay, we've got some supplemental results questions. David writes in, he says, Matt, should I be worried about this? Site tableandhome.com returns 10,000 results. Site tableandhome.com minus intitle : by returns 100,000 results. All supplemental. David, no, in general I wouldn't worry about this. I want to explain the concept of the beaten path. So if there's a problem with like a one-word search at Google, that's a big deal. If it's like a 20-word search, that's obviously less of a big deal, and it's because it's off the beaten path. The supplemental results team takes reports very seriously and acts very quickly on them, but in general, something in supplemental results is a little further off the beaten path than our main web results. And once you start getting into negation, or negation by a special operator, like intitle, stuff like that, that's pretty far off the beaten path. And you're talking about results estimates, so not actual web results, but the estimates for the number of results. The good news is there's a couple things that will make our site : estimates more accurate. There's at least two changes I know of in our infrastructure. One, deliberately trying to make site results more accurate. The other one is just a change in our infrastructure to improve overall quality, but as a side benefit, it counts the number of results from a site more accurately when it involves the supplemental results. So there are at least a couple changes that might make things more accurate, but in general, once you start to get really far off the beaten path, minus intitle, all that sort of stuff, especially with supplemental results, I wouldn't worry that much about the results estimates. Historically, we haven't worried that much just because not that many people have been interested. But we do hear more people sort of saying, yes, I'm curious about this, and so we're putting a little more effort into that. Let's see, Aaron writes and says, I have a question about redirects. I have one or more pages that have moved on various websites. I use classic ASP, and then he shows how he's giving a response of a 301. He says, these redirects have been set up for quite a while. When I run a spider on them, it handles the redirect fine. This is probably an instance where you're seeing this happen in the supplemental results. So here's how I think about things. There's a main web results Googlebot and there's a supplemental results Googlebot. And so the next time the supplemental results Googlebot visits that page and sees the 301, it will index it accordingly and refresh and things will go fine. Historically, the supplemental results have been a lot of extra data, but have not been refreshed as fast as the main web results. And if you do a cached page, anybody can verify that the results on the crawl dates vary. So the good news is that the supplemental results are getting fresher and fresher, and there's an effort underway to make them quite fresh. So for example, Chris writes, I'd like to know more about the supplemental index. It seems while you were on vacation, many sites got put there. I have one site where this happened. It has a page rank of 6, and it got put in the supplemental results since late May. So I've talked about the fact that there is new infrastructure in our supplemental results. I've mentioned that on a blog post. I don't know how many people have noticed it, but I've certainly said that before. I think it was in the indexing timeline, in fact. So as we refresh our supplemental results and start to use new indexing infrastructure in the supplemental results, the net effect is things will be a little fresher. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm sure I have some URLs in the supplemental results. I wouldn't worry about it that much. And over the course of the summer, the supplemental results team will take all the different reports that they see, especially things off the beaten path, like site : and operators that are kind of esoteric, and they'll be working on making sure that those return the sort of results that everybody just naturally expects. So stay tuned on supplemental results. It's already a lot fresher and a lot more comprehensive than it was, and I think it's just going to keep improving.